We're going to play fair, so we'll only consider plans that can go head-to-head with Aura, meaning they offer identity protection, 3-bureau credit protection, 3-bureau VantageScores and reporting, and dark web monitoring. Stepping into the ring first is Identity Guard. This one's a corporate sibling to Aura, and its Ultra plan offers all these features for about $24 per month billed annually at the time of filming. I think that might be a short-term sale though, so we'll see if it sticks. It covers up to 5 adults and as many kids as you can handle. I gotta say, they're putting up a good fight. But when you consider Aura's child identity theft protection and identity theft insurance coverage, the extra $13 per month seems like a pretty fair trade-off. In the other corner, we have IdentityForce. Now, these guys like to keep things mysterious and don't list a family plan on their website. You'll have to give them a call for that. Based on the info that is out there, bundling 2 of their Ultra Secure Plus credit plans and throwing in child protection on top, you're looking at about $43 a month billed annually at the time of filming. That's not just a dent in your wallet, it's a crater. And here's the salt in the wound. Their insurance coverage is only a fifth of Aura's. Yikes! Finally, we have Costco's Complete ID. If you don't already have a Costco executive membership, which is about $10 per month, you're effectively looking at about $29 a month for their service at the time of filming. This includes you, your partner, and up to 5 kiddos. Honestly, it's not terrible. I'd even go as far as to say that Complete ID is the poster child of perfectly average. What's far from average is Aura keeping tabs on your personal information. Here's how it plays out. You provide your details like your name, your social security number, your email addresses, and your shoe size. Okay, maybe they don't need your shoe size yet. Then they set off on a digital treasure hunt, even into the dark corners of the web, bringing back a detailed report of what they found and where. The only worthy competition here is Identity Guard and IdentityForce. Complete ID, on the other hand, is comfortably lounging in perfectly average, letting you monitor a whopping 4 email addresses compared to Aura or Identity Guard's mere 10. Talk about raising the bar in mediocrity. Aura also proves to be your digital bouncer when it comes to blocking the flood of spam and annoying marketing emails. They handle all the dirty work of opt-out requests. When I hopped on board with Aura, they shot me an email listing all the successful opt-outs they'd done for me. Now, I get regular updates and just chill while watching the spam vanish. It's therapeutic, I tell you. Additionally, Aura keeps an eye on your property and auto titles, alerting you to any fishy goings-on. They also monitor your utility accounts, like your electricity service, and even court and criminal records to make sure no criminal is trying to pull off some dodgy act in your name. Let me tell you, it's a whole new kind of zen when you have a service like this watching your back 24/7. I'm not kidding. If you've ever been a victim of online fraud, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm happy to report that Identity Guard and IdentityForce come in as solid alternatives, although Force doesn't have a hawkeye on your utility accounts or property titles. Complete ID comes in third as they don't offer email opt-outs. Even LifeLock offers you opt-out alerts. You'll have to get your hands a bit dirty though and handle some of it yourself. Or pay extra. But no, I wouldn't recommend LifeLock over Complete ID, let alone Aura. It's like choosing a tricycle over a Ferrari. Not that I have anything against tricycles. Alright, so there's one place where Complete ID steps up its game from meh to not bad. And that, my friends, is credit monitoring. Imagine credit monitoring like keeping an eye on a set of triplets. If you lose sight of one, that's the one that's going to draw on the walls. So it's super critical that you monitor all 3 credit bureaus: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. And here's where Complete ID earns a gold star. Like Aura, they keep watch over all 3 bureaus across all their plans, including the base tier. That includes monthly VantageScores, yearly credit reports, and a credit lock to stop any prying eyes from checking out your credit profile. But Aura kinda steals the limelight a little bit here with their child credit lock feature. As a parent, you can ask the credit bureaus to freeze your little one's credit file. This is usually about as fun as getting a root canal and involves a ton of paperwork. But Aura lets you fire off your kiddo's credit freeze request to all 3 bureaus quicker and easier. Identity Guard has the 3-bureau credit monitoring, but it's VIP only, so you have to pay extra for it. Their baseline plan only keeps watch over a single bureau, which is like not bothering at all if you ask me. Oh hey, that's exactly what IdentityForce is doing. 0 bureau credit monitoring on their base plan. So when it comes to credit monitoring, Complete ID might just be the dark horse that you never saw coming. In the game of watching over your credit card, banking, and investment transactions, Aura does a slam dunk. But guess what? So does pretty much everyone else. So if you're racking your brain over which ID protection service to pick, don't let this feature be your deciding factor. It's like choosing a burger based on whether or not it comes with a bun. Duh, it does. Unless you're going for a lettuce wrap, but then why would you do that to yourself? Your bank and financial apps are already keeping track of your transactions and they let you set thresholds for alerting. But hey, if you're the kind of person who likes to wear a belt with your suspenders, by all means, let your ID protection service do its thing. It never hurts to have more eyes in your dough, right? Like always keeping a donut in your pocket. Not necessary, but always a delightful surprise. So we've spoken about personal information monitoring, credit monitoring, and transaction monitoring. What's left? Ah yes, dark web monitoring. The real cloak and dagger stuff. But before we nosedive into that black hole, let's put on our safari hats and take a tour through all the wild feature Aura offers. We'll also scout for better alternatives, but spoiler alert, it is like looking for a unicorn at a horse race. Aura offers all the standard stuff you'd expect. VPN, antivirus, a vault, password manager, safe browsing, you name it. But the ones that really stand out for me are their anti-tracker and ad blocker, the email aliases, and the spam protection. They may seem like the parsley on your pasta dish, but they can make your life so much better, I swear. Ever gone down an internet rabbit hole, starting with reading a news article and ending up looking at ads for bizarre TikTok night lamps, and then asking yourself, am I a TikTok night lamp kind of guy? And then you go on Instagram only to see the same lamp haunting you. That's because you've been tracked, pal. But ever since I started using Aura's anti-tracking, my ad content has been more random than a thrift store's inventory. I'm talking arts and crafts, retinol serums, women's clothing, and none of which are on my usual Google search list. You might say, well, my iPhone does have some anti-tracking features and email aliases, but let's face it, Apple asking Facebook, Google, and Amazon not to track you is like asking a seagull not to steal your ice cream. Good luck with that. Besides all this, if you're the guardian of a pint-sized human, Aura's got a pretty neat parental control feature in what they call safe gaming. It's supposed to keep your mini-me safe from cyberbullies and online creeps. There is a shocking number of child identity theft cases lately, and Aura's pretty good at scanning billions of records and telling you if your kid's SSN has been borrowed by anyone. While others might offer some of these features, they're not as comprehensive. So sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but if you're looking for real alternatives here, you're on a wild goose chase. Alright, so let's leave the trivial stuff behind and dive into the action-packed world of dark web monitoring. I put Aura and its competition through their paces in the virtual underworld. I entered the same dataset for all the services because, you know, fair is fair. But Complete ID decided to be a party pooper. It didn't let me monitor all my emails, so I had to bench a few. Turns out, Aura and IdentityGuard are using the same tech and scoring 18 hits each, with 9 of them being unique. Nothing too alarming, just a few leaked login credentials for some dinosaur websites. MySpace, anyone? IdentityForce pulled up its socks and went a step further with 20 hits and 10 unique ones. Complete ID was a bit sluggish to respond, but it managed to scrape together 14 hits, 9 unique. Not bad at all. Generally, when it comes to dark web monitoring, it's like comparing apples to oranges. There's no exact overlap. Aura finds some hits that IdentityForce misses, and vice versa. Then there were the others: LifeLock, IdentityIQ, and ID Shield. LifeLock's performance was about as disappointing as a popcorn kernel that doesn't pop. IdentityIQ scored an impressive 0. Quite the dark horse. ID Shield managed a respectable 17, but then decided to play hard to get and wouldn't let me peek at the details, thanks to its messy UX. Talk about being a tease. So the king of dark web monitoring? IdentityIQ, obviously. I'm just messing with you. If you ever see me endorsing IdentityIQ for dark web monitoring, know that I've been abducted by aliens with advanced identity theft technology, and this is an imposter speaking. Seriously though, IdentityGuard and IdentityForce make for worthy alternatives to Aura in this realm. Now we've covered the dark, the light, and the in-between of web monitoring, but what ties this all together is the magic of customer service. Aura shines bright here too in my experience, with top-notch customer service and great white-glove fraud restoration services. The cherry on top? Their US-based specialists are available 24/7, ready to swoop in at any time. And guess who's wearing the same cape? IdentityGuard. Hey, if you can't have Aura, you can always have, well, Aura. IdentityForce also steps up to the plate with quick and helpful customer support, complete with their own version of a white glove service. And Complete ID isn't very far behind, boasting knowledgeable agents who really understand their customers and don't shy away from walking the extra mile for them. LifeLock, on the other hand, seems to be showing up to a marathon wearing flip-flops. But it's not just about who picks up the phone fastest, it's also about the financial support they provide. So let's delve into that, shall we? So when it comes to the creme de la creme of insurance coverage, brace yourself for the sad news. There isn't an alternative that quite matches up to Aura. You can stop holding your breath, the suspense is over. Aura offers $1 million in identity theft insurance coverage per adult. So that means on their family plan, you're looking at coverage that can scale up to $5 million. All the other brands, on the other hand, only provide up to $1 million for the entire family. It's like a shared toothbrush. Yeah, it does the job, but you don't feel great about it. And then there's LifeLock, offering a wide insurance coverage range between $1,050,000 and $3 million per adult. But before you roll out the red carpet for them, hold on. If you read the footnotes and do the math, their top tier plan for a family with kid maxes out at $5,250,000 in coverage. And it's allotted in buckets. Plus, it's pricier than Aura, and its customer service makes you feel like you've been put on eternal hold. So in a world where LifeLock is perfectly incapable and Complete ID is content with being perfectly mediocre, Aura seems to be the only one that's taken the phrase "go big or go home" seriously. And that's why finding something better than Aura is a tough job. But if you're covered on the credit protection side and you just want to lock down your identity, IdentityGuard and IdentityForce have got your back. Guard? It's got the same tech and customer service as Aura, but, and here's the kicker, their basic plan doesn't have the white glove fraud protection or kid safety services. Force? It gives you the white glove fraud protection, but the child safety is an add-on. You got a Costco membership? Then Complete ID is a perfectly average choice. But even with my Costco card, I still pick Aura over Complete ID any day. Now, LifeLock, ID Shield, and IQ? They're the no-go zones. Avoid them like we all avoided that movie Cats in theaters. Whatever you pick, check the description below. Unlike this video, which I can't change once I upload, I can always update the description with my latest suggestions and any discounts I stumble upon. Want the full lowdown on Aura? Click here for my in-depth review. There's more where that came from on this channel. See you next time. Shields up, Sleuth out.